Hello. I would go and show you, but I'm a bit worn out. Had the absolute pleasure of meeting a couple, friends of Julia from Simplicity Revealed channel. What a wonderful day. And come back with not one, but two gas bottles. Double what I thought I was going to end up with, but just holding true to that vision of there's a gas bottle there. Don't think any more of it. It's already been put out into the field. Just let it unfold, and it did. So there was something. Yes, I know what I wanted to talk about. The comedian Jimmy Carr tells this joke. I forget, it might be in a Malaysian airline or Japanese bound airline. And there's a crash and there's one survivor in seat 11A. And Jimmy Carr has referenced this with, I wonder if he had that thought, is it just me? And also, everybody's now going to be trying to get seat 11A. And Jimmy Carr says, if I'm in seat 11A, my life is already over because it means I'm in economy class. But there's a esoteric message in all of this. Because do you want to feel in economy class, or do you want to feel inside yourself, not externally, but inside yourself, and then radiate it out in a benevolent way? Do you want to feel your first class? So there's something in that. But also, if you go with the blueprint of put yourself in the shoes of another, well, put yourself in the shoes of that man who happened to sit in seat 11A. 11 is like two pillars of a doorway. It's leading to Alpha. That's what that's showing for a start. Now, if you take, let's think about this from perspective here. Picture four matchsticks in front of you so it resembles two ones. Now you take the left of the side. Now, a 90-degree angle, you move the other matchstick and you get a 4. You've got this pattern with 11 and 4 and 7 being revealed through that. 4 is a door, 11 is the pillars of the door. It's just different perspectives. It's a divine number as well as to where it leads. There's something else about it. Yeah, so if you put yourself in the shoes of the other, what is that telling you? That thought, am I the only one? Well, yes, that it is exactly what is being reflected to you. Of course, in this reality, the positive message will be flipped over and come out in a negative and destructive way. But if you can see the negative in something when everything else is showing duality, if there's a negative, there is a counterpart positive for you to find as well. So this number 44, and I was able to point it out today, car registration with a 44 in it. A message earlier on a chat thread on WhatsApp, Archaics on WhatsApp. The reply came through and I noticed the time, it was 9:44. What does it mean? Well, on one level, 8 is infinity. Well, if you half it, so you're showing two sides to something, you're being shown infinity in contrasting poles, in which to find the middle path between the two, to be in balance, to walk that middle path, to stay neutral to it all. Consider, and I've said this before, but it's worth going over again, consider in the material perspective. The most wealthy countries, places like Monaco, Switzerland, Liechtenstein, Luxembourg, there's others, but the names escape the mind at the moment. They stay neutral. So there's a beautiful message being reflected, because we're not talking about material wealth. It's on the other polarity of the spiritual wealth, but the message is the same. It's just perspective on how you see what is being shown. So whilst this is a realm that you could say is a realm of death, Neville Goddard said it, Jason Brashears has said it in a more up-to-date manner, less biblically, but the message is exactly the same. This is a realm of death, prey and predator. But in that there is contrast, because there is a lot of beauty in nature. But also consider the thing that lures people into things is always because it looks attractive. It seems right. It seems natural. That doesn't mean you can't find that neutrality to it all and walk the path. The gas bottles, I'm going to say, is testimony of that. Because I didn't give in to fear, I took active steps in the interim. I was able to get fires going, but I'm quite happy drinking cold coffee as much as I am hot coffee. So it's just mix it well with a bit of cold water or milk, or the milk, and then top it up with tap water. There's ways around it, because I'm not going to get the fire going that's going to take an hour to prepare and get up to enough of a temperature to boil water, when there's another way around it. And it's not like it's cold here. It's 30 degrees, 31 degrees. I don't know what that is. It's somewhere in the high 80s, I imagine, in Fahrenheit. Maybe in the 90s. I really don't know. So the beauty and the timing of all that. So yeah, there was a challenge there, and it was one that was responded to rather than reacting to. The response was, use the resources you've got. Well, I've got a YouTube channel, so I can speak it. So that's what I did. And then don't think any more of it. One day goes past, another day goes past. There's that tendency to sort of, it's not happened yet. We're not, we can't put demands on the time, because consider the energy of changing something from a creative thought into a physical manifestation. And those gas bottles aren't exactly light. So I am with such gratitude the transport, and it gives me exactly 1 year and 2 weeks worth of gas at the present rate of consumption. And I'm very economical with it. Anything I cook doesn't take more than 15 minutes. So if it's a windy day, I stay with it in case the flame blows out, and then it's a waste of gas. So I take active steps and precautions when I needed. Had the magic of a bit of rain just now. It's like, well, I could get away with not having to do the watering. We'll see, because it may do another bit. We'll let it unfold in its natural time. But these next few years are going to be fun, as long as you can learn to stay neutral to them. Not let the external affect your inner world. It's possible to then get through anything. I'm back in my usual position financially, but one of the active steps I can do is offer you these personal tarot card readings. That will keep things ticking over. That's sufficient. But of course, I'm at the mercy of the algorithms of YouTube. I wasn't sure whether to say YouTube algorithms but you know what I mean. So a magical day, and yeah, 44. It's just showing you infinity shown in contrasts. That's why it's 4's at the door, because it leads. If you can recognize one side and then recognize the other side, you can also find between it is a 1, which is 414, which is also 144, because you add those digits up, you get 9. It's a completion. It's very much got a feeling of that, with the coming events at 6-year intervals, 3. So 2040, 2046, and 2052. Things always come in 3s. So how are you going to prepare for that? You could stock up for a siege. You could build a bunker, I suppose. But really, this is a war not of the flesh. It's a war of the spirit. It's basically it's energy, frequency, vibration. What you emit is what is going to get you through this. How you feel inside is going to create a certain frequency which you will emit. You can't stop it. It just expands out. Creation is about expansion, and if you have imagination, you have the ability to create. Therefore, you are a co-creator. So everything you do is going to radiate out, be it good or bad. And that's the thing to also think that put yourself in the shoes of another. Consider the effect, the external projection of every thought, word, and deed. What is that really doing? What am I giving energy and power to? How is that going to affect another? Put myself in the shoes of the other. Would I want that done to me? It's so simple, and yet made so difficult. What a paradox, but contrasts. Two different poles, but they're two different poles of the same thing. So it's about coming back to centre every time, whatever way you look at it. Because the whole point of it is you. You are the centre point of a circle. You can see it physically as the range of your eyesight, depending on whether you have solid objects. As far as you can see in each direction, you create a sort of circle around yourself. You are the centre point of that circle. What comes into that world will depend on what frequency you're putting out, and then how that is being responded to by the universe, which it is infinite supply. It might not be the supply we want. It just depends on our frequency. But the one we may seem not to want can be the biggest blessing, because it then, if we can then see the contrast, what is it showing us? It then becomes something transmuted. It's now not seen as something negative. It's like there's a valuable lesson in all of this. So even jokes and things, a bit sort of what would be called edgy, but they make a huge point because there's an esoteric message behind them. And I would recommend listening to Jimmy Carr. There's some very profound things he will say. I don't even know if he realizes he's saying it. He makes jokes about he's had plastic surgery and things, but there in that is a message. It's like, see beyond the mask. Don't see the surface level. See the being within and what the message is coming across. So even in what would seem an unlikely place as comedy, it is dark humour, but it touches nerves. It invites us to then look inside ourselves at things and examine everything. Because it's all part of the process of finding out who we truly are. Embracing the shadow, bringing the ego under control and such like, bringing it all together and working in unison inside each of us. It's reflected, there's only one sun being shown in the external, so therefore it's a reflected reminder to create the same inside, but also to recognize not to create the disharmony and conflict to which we're actually feeding energy into without even realizing it. There's so many invitations to pick a side. Right, we're coming up to 15 minutes. So with that, I'm going to say unconditional love to you all, and do please consider a tarot card reading. I won't say no to donations. No, I don't hate. I don't feel comfortable saying it. That's still an issue that I have to address inside myself, but I also have to face the facts of this reality and just hold true that it's going to work out. So, I don't know, maybe get one or two more tarot card readings. That will be a good start. But if you like this message, do like, subscribe and share and all that. I've been given a new start, with recent events. So onwards and upwards. It's rising from the ashes. So again, it's reflected in that man in seat 11 and 8. The world, from his perspective, up to that point of that event, his world was a cabin on an aircraft, and the people in that cabin, that was his world. The whole world crashed around him, but he survived. That is the message that is being shown. You are the one that creates everything, and it will all be taken away from you. You'll be stripped back so you see who you really are. But you don't have to go through such a destructive experience way of doing it. But it is a message given by one for the entire world, if you think about it, really. There's logic and reasoning that can be brought into this, Occam's razor and everything else. It's about having all-round vision, by able to distinguish and contrast between the spiritual, the material, physical world, and what can be seen as positive and negative polarities, and being at the centre of it all to really see the inner workings of it. But very difficult to even put into words. So I will end that here. We're now 1626. Oh, that was a Phoenix year. There are no coincidences, of course, so unconditional love to you all.